so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We're scuffed. Where am I? There we go. Okay, we are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 53. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as usual, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
Is that what we switched it to, as usual?
Yes.
No more as always.
Correct. Okay. Yes, correct.
What's going on, everyone?
Okay. Well, I'll think of switching it back. Hey, how about be here for a month straight and then we can switch it back? You dumb cunt.
We'll consider it.
We'll consider it. So, Jake Squatch, thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for the support in the pre-show. We have today both a fun and exciting episode planned because we are going back to our roots and we're doing the good old-fashioned Q&A. We haven't done one in like 2 months because we've been too fucking busy. Tanner's been gone. Doug's been sitting in. We've been having him on a couple times to go through some crazy shit. So we just haven't had a chance to do them until tonight. So I am very excited because these are my favorite types of episodes by far. I fucking love doing the Q&As. And by the way, if you're wondering, the questions we answer come from the Discord. Join the fucking Discord. There's a Q&A section. People post questions there and we answer them. We answer all of them. So some of these questions were asked like 7 weeks ago. Don't care. Answering them anyway. So before we get to that, a couple announcements. Now, when I'm looking at my stream preview, I'm noticing that the quality has gone up significantly. And I'm trying to figure out why. Now, let me investigate. Did you change something since the last stream to increase the production value of the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, Tanner?
I got a new shit webcam, yeah.
Damn. Let's fucking go. What kind of webcam?
Logitech C920X. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
X? What is the X for?
I don't know, but that was the only one they had.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tanner got a new webcam. It looks good.
Yours looks decent as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it.
Shit on.
You need to just. I think you need to increase your saturation or something. Everything looks the same color, including your skin.
I know.
Change it. I can't stress this enough. Change it.
I don't know how.
It's making me so mad.
How do I do it?
I should have made you fucking show me a preview last night. But that's fine. We'll figure it out. It'll do for tonight. But it's also a wider aspect ratio. So now we can see Tanner's PC. We can see his mouse. We can see
his hand cams.
His water bottle with way too many stickers on it. Anyways.
You're just jealous. I buy them wherever I travel, so
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. So again, Tanner got a new webcam. I also got a new camera setup thing. So my camera quality is increased a little bit too. So yeah, that's what you're seeing on the screen. Once again, Patreon revision is happening soon. I think we are going to have a solid plan in place before next month, before September. So when I say Patreon revision, I specifically mean just adding content. We're not going to be taking anything away. We're just going to, we're going to be adding more shit to it at the same price points. We're just thinking of what exactly to add and in what way. But that should be ready probably by next week. We should have another announcement for you guys. So if you've been thinking of joining the Patreon, Join now. That would be fun and exciting. Bonus episodes twice a month and other shit. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Or you can wait till September when there's going to be even more bonus shit. And no matter when you join the Patreon, you'll get all the bonus episodes. So you'll get last month's, the months before. That's always going to be the case. As soon as you join the Patreon, you get access to all the bonus episodes we've ever recorded. So once again, of course, let us know if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see for the Patreon. So, Tanner, any announcements from you? Any offline activity?
No, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. Okay. Well, real quick before we move on. Okay. Mulletproof with the 1300 biddies. Jesus Christ. BBMF with the 100. Pellegrini with the 100. Nick Can with the 100. Let's fucking go. Boys,
Jeez.
thank you. Much appreciated. I'm honored, humbled, and privileged. I appreciate it very much. Nick, Pellegrini, Mullet, of course, BBMF. Welcome, boys. Welcome back. And thank you. I'm going to say this too now, by the way. Another announcement. I'm going to start phasing out the air horn for every fucking bit donation I get. Because for the people listening on podcast apps, it's a little too much. So if you start getting offended by this, I'm not going to be harping on these things as much in the future because I have to keep people who are on like podcast apps in mind and shit. So keep that in mind. But that doesn't mean I appreciate any of this, any of your very charitable contributions. I appreciate them very much, of course. And that'll never change. It does mean a lot because we're making a podcast about a video game and you're giving me money, which is weird, but I'll take it and I appreciate it. So thank you guys. But just a heads up there. So next part of this dumb fucking podcast, and thank you all again, boys, I appreciate the support, is iTunes reviews. Now, if you write an iTunes review, you can say whatever you want and I'll read it. So here we go. This first one is from RTT509. The title of this review is Show Me That Smile. And there are some song lyrics on the screen. Show me that smile, I assume. It's not an Edgar Allan Poe poem, I can tell you that much. Show me that smile again. Oh, show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end. We're nowhere near the best is ready to begin. Do you know what song this is, Tanner?
I have no.
Okay, so I'm not reading the rest of the song. RTT509, change it. Also, if you're going to write dumb song lyrics in my iTunes review section, make it a song people know about, because I don't know what the fuck this is. Now, you could say, hey, just Google it. You'll figure it out pretty quickly. Agreed. Here's what I'm not fucking doing. Googling your dumb song lyrics. So let's not do that again. If you want to post song lyrics, make it a good song, or at least a song that I'll fucking know. So RTT, of course, to this I say,
Jeez.
Thanks for the analytics, you stupid bitch. And let's move on here. This next one is from The O. Okay. Title of this review is Big D Daddy Needs a Dub. Yikes. This pod is the most up-and-coming gaming podcast, period. What? Let me try and read the sentence again. Quote, this pod is the most up-and-coming gaming podcast, period. The most up-and-coming? I mean, I guess maybe this makes sense. I don't like it, though. So the sentiment is nice, but syntax. Highly recommend diving further in. He used the correct further rather than farther, shockingly. And hanging for the live show on Twitch. With that said, I would like to say get scammed, send it, and 8-Ball Crew. What is 8-Ball Crew?
It's probably his dumb shit friends. Get scammed, send it, and 8-Ball. I don't know. Probably his friends.
Okay.
Because keep reading it. It talks about it more, you stupid bitch.
Got it. I'm the only one out of us with a solo dub, especially my boy, it's _germ, J-E-R-M. 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 Change it. Tanner 2020. Okay. So
hell yeah.
Do fewer drugs and alcohol before writing a review. Most of this made no sense.
I thought it made sense.
Well, it said Tanner 2020, so of course you'd love it. But it doesn't make enough sense. But nonetheless,
Okay.
the O. Thank you for the analytics and the 5-star review. This next one is from Jada Pinkett, the entangled one. And the title of this review is Where's My Wednesday Pod? Okay. Where's my Wednesday podcast following the biggest update to Warzone yet? Only second to the update itself is my excitement to listen to you two idiots talk about it. It is now Thursday, so where is my Wednesday pod, you stupid bitches? Hey, dude, it was there. I don't know what to tell you. Worst case scenario, because sometimes podcast apps are kind of fucking scuffed. You should go to, what's it called? Go to our YouTube, which is linked in the show notes, and I've also conveniently linked it for you in the Twitch chat. The YouTube videos never have the problems with the RSS feeds. Because like sometimes I'll upload it to the RSS feed, it'll go to these apps, but not these ones, and it's always kind of scuffed. So just go to the YouTube and then it'll be there. Just check the YouTube next time. Jada Pinkett. But thanks you for the 5-star reviews. And then this last one is from Work Magic. The title of this review is MW. It says, do y'all follow the COD League? Favorite teams or players, if so? Hey. No. I don't.
I would follow it if it were played on PC and actually entertaining to watch.
Exactly, yeah. I'm not going to watch 19-year-olds play on a controller. I just can't care. Sorry, I just can't. The COD League makes me furious.
It's annoying too because those kids are they're really good at gaming and they play a lot of PC games too. So it would be entertaining to actually watch them play on PC because most of them are really good on mouse and keyboard too. So hey Activision, switch it to mouse and keyboard. It's way more entertaining and fast paced to watch. Then I'd care. Because they're not shit at keyboard and mouse. They're good. That's what's frustrating. You watch them play other games, they're really good. So you know they can do it.
Of course they are. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Big Daddy, I'll keep that in mind, by the way. Gift, welcome, dude. So Mordecai, like I said, don't watch the Twitch VOD. Check the YouTube. Check your podcast apps first if you prefer listening to it. If it's not there, go to the YouTube. Because the YouTube doesn't ever have a delay. Once it's up, it's fucking up. And if it's not on the YouTube, then you can go to the Twitch VOD, I guess. Or just be patient. Look, the podcast is not that important. So just fucking wait for it to be on your app. How about that?
Well, it's important.
Okay. But the Twitch VOD is the last resort. So anyways, those are, of course, the iTunes reviews. If you leave a 5-star review on iTunes, you can write whatever you want and I'll read it. Now, with that said, if you were listening for the jingle, here it is. All right. So, first of all, Moose God with the 1,000 biddies. Jesus Christ. Pod is important. Wrong, but get scammed also. But nonetheless, thank you for the 1,000 biddies, dude. I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. And welcome back, Moosey boy. Much love, man. Much love. Slivovitz with the 5 gifted son of a fucking go. Jesus, dude. Nuts. You guys are animals today. Let's relax, dude. Everyone always gets their dick hard on Saturdays, which I'll take. Hey, I'll take it. But it's surprising. Moose God Slivo. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Much love. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm certainly very excited. So first, real quick, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Fuck.
Shit on. A quick playlist update here. Starting on the 7th, so this was yesterday. So double XP. It's like double XP every weekend. So dumb. And free weekend and multiplayer. So if you guys didn't experience enough cheating, play this weekend. There will be more. Because now it's free to play for the weekend, even in multiplayer. So double XP, double weapon XP, double tier progression. And then the playlist update, the only thing is they've added a free weekend playlist. I'm not sure if this is the only playlist that the new frogs can play. Do you know, Tanner?
Yeah, it's the weekend playlist. That's exactly. Okay. It's 5 maps or something.
So if you want to get killed by cheaters, play that playlist.
It also has Shipment on it though. Shipment and Shoot House. So.
All right, hold on real quick. Joshy boy, what's up? I'm doing the pod. What's up? Yes. Yeah. I'll leave them outside my door. Yeah. Walk in my house and then just come up to my room and grab them because I'm doing the hottest up and coming podcast in gaming right now. Say again? Yeah, I don't know where she is.
It's President Trump on the phone, by the way, boys.
I gotta go. My chips will be outside my door, okay? All right, bye. All right, sorry about that, boys. That's my friend Joshy. So what else do we have here? God, the disrespect. I'll just answer the phone. He almost never calls me, so I figured his dog might have died or something. I don't know.
Jeez.
But he just needed poker chips. White liberal elite. So actually white very conservative elite. Very. Extremely conservative, especially his dad. So, well, let's not get into that. But yeah. So 5 multiplayer maps, including the 2 new maps that went live with Season 5 update. So I guess it's Petrov, Oil Rig, Shoot House Shipment, Cheshire Park, and Soldal Harbor. And then it looks like this is what? Dom, Hardpoint, TDM, and Kill Confirmed. So, yeah. That's it. That's it for playlist updates. So now, like I said, we are going to be doing a Q&A. Once again, join the Discord, and you can... What's it called? You can ask your question, and we'll answer it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First question is from Go Blue Mason. If skill-based matchmaking were here to stay, do you think a ranked system like in Rocket League or Overwatch would make it more tolerable? Seems like you'd at least have something to sweat for. Maybe also have a completely skill-based free casual playlist to also go with it. I'm new to COD coming from Rocket League, so the thought of no SBMM is actually strange to me. Tanner, your thoughts?
Okay, so this is what most people want. I don't know if this is what you're saying, but the majority of players are requesting a competitive playlist that has skill-based matchmaking and has a rank system built into it. And then regular public lobbies, there'd be no skill-based matchmaking. I think that would be really fun, having, like tiers or something within that rank system would be a lot of fun. You can grind for gold tier, platinum tier, whatever they want to call it, something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. If they actually implemented something like that, the majority of players wouldn't complain at all. And the players that are shit, I think, would still do fine in the regular lobbies. So I wish that's how it was, actually. Because I would actually play that rank system quite a bit. And then, when you're warming up or feel like using awful guns or something, you can use just the regular non-ranked playlist. So I would love for them to implement something like that. I haven't played Rocket League in a long time and trying to get Raz to play it. By the way, Ben installed it today, and he literally texted me and said, I forgot how fun this game was, so keep that in mind, bitch.
What 2 words do you think I would say to that?
Don't care.
Correct. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
What, dude?
Yeah, I'm in front of your door.
My bedroom door. Just walk in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He says, oh, shit.
He's probably high as fuck, so he doesn't want to come inside. It's legal in California. So, my answer to this... Okay, so there was like a ranked playlist in BO4. And no one played it. You see it? How high are you? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll be over there maybe after the pod. Yeah, those poker chips. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I love him. He didn't close my door. This fucking idiot. I'm gonna firebomb his house. In game, of course. So no one played the ranked system in BO4. Now, if there's crossplay, would we have played the ranked system?
Yeah. I would have.
The thing I didn't like about the ranked system is that it was like CDL rules. So like there were a bunch of weapons you couldn't use. I'm not even sure you could level shit. You're certainly not going to be like getting fucking nuke calling cards and shit. You know? So honestly, I don't know how much I would play ranked, if at all, to be honest. Because it's like you and me would play. Maybe Lowcap or Itch would play with us, but otherwise we would just have, yeah, true. So we'd have 4 random fuck teammates that would make us even more mad. I just don't know if I would play it. Here's what I would say. Maybe a ranked playlist, maybe not. I fundamentally think Call of Duty is a casual game, so I don't really like the idea of a ranked playlist. Here's what I would say. If you want to do skill-based matchmaking, you have bracket 1 be 0 KD up to 0.7 KD. And then bracket 2 is 0.7 and above. And beyond that, there's no more skill-based matchmaking. That way, you're still protecting the new frogs, but everyone else doesn't get massively punished. Because when I play this game, dude, there are no 1.0 players in my lobby, ever. There's certainly no one under 1.0. So it's just always a fuck fest. And when I'm trying to level an AN94 or an ISO, both dog shit guns, by the way, then it's just, there's no fun allowed. I can't use guns other than a fucking MP5 and a FAL with skill-based matchmaking. But if it were much looser, to be 0.0 to 0.7 and then everyone else, I think it would be a lot better. So that's my answer to that.
Well, I mean, this game, if you're going to say like the CDL thing, this game has a CDL playlist too.
Yeah, we don't play it.
Yeah, because it's CDL playlist. If there was a ranked playlist that was just the normal game, but it had skill-based matchmaking and had some sort of ranking system, that would be fun.
You don't think there would need to be any restrictions?
No.
On guns and shit?
No, open it up. I don't care.
Interesting. I'd have to like think more about this, honestly. Because you might be right, but I don't know. I mean, I know that like when I played MMOs, the only thing I wanted to do was ranked PvP, like competitive as fuck PvP. I'm not sure if I would feel the same way in this game. I'd have to think about it more. But let's move on here. Steel Switch. I know this won't ever happen, but wouldn't it be wonderful to have an all-star map? What the fuck just happened? Sorry. I know this won't ever happen, but wouldn't it be wonderful to have an all-star map playlist from all the Call of Duty titles in one game? Love to see Nuketown and other favorites from the BO series. And then he complains about zombies. Okay. Well, hey, yes, it would be wonderful. Anything to add, Tanner?
It'd be wonderful. It's never going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Believe me, we've talked about this. You know how fun it would be to have, like, Nuketown, firing range, crash. I mean, any good map, all in one playlist, that would be fucking fantastic. But unfortunately, it's never going to happen between Treyarch, Infinity Ward, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, it's like,
yeah,
okay.
It'd be wonderful.
Hey, Steel. Yeah, it'd be great. Good question. Okay, this next one I'm not answering, but I just wanted to include it. I've got a really good question. What color is a mirror?
Oh, shit. Any black helicopters in the chat?
Black helicopters.
Jeez.
A mirror. What color is a mirror? It is a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I need a
good
few
question. Don't ever ask it again, though.
Yeah,
Milk.
exactly. I need a few more beers before I answer that one. This next one is from Valid Victorian. Love the pod. I have to ask, with all the negative speech/hate mail you guys have for COD, multiplayer, and Warzone, I don't send hate mail. Not like Ashton would reply anyway. Why do you play? You have to be having fun at least in some capacity, right? Tanner, go ahead.
Okay, Valid. So we kind of get asked this a lot, actually. So the game isn't great, but again, it's the most fun game for us to play currently. Now, we shit on it a lot because we expected a lot from this game, because all the potential is there. Like the gunsmith, there's a lot of great things about this game, and then they just ruined it with things like very strict skill-based matchmaking. Jesus, what's with your lighting? Fucking atrocious maps. Visibility is god awful. So it should have been fantastic, and that's why all the core mechanics are there. The movement is pretty good. The gunplay is good. It's all there, and then they just screwed up the easy things like designing a simple, fun-to-play map. So Raz complains about it way more than I do. We also run the best podcast in gaming, so we have to keep it going either way. But yeah, that's actually more of a question for Raz, I think. Why do you talk so much shit on and still play it?
Yeah, so yeah, it's amazing how often we get this question. And I like to use the Star Wars movie analogy. Okay, so Star Wars Episode 6. Now, if we're comparing that movie to other movies, Star Wars Episode 6 is a great movie. If we're, however, comparing Star Wars Episode 6 to the original trilogy, Episodes 4, 5, and 6, Episode 6 is dog shit. So, it depends on the rubric by which we are comparing or grading something, our opinions on it. So just like Episode 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, by video game standards, fantastic game. I have more fun playing it than any other game. That's why I fucking play it more than any other video game. But by Call of Duty standards, it's terrible. I mean, it's the worst game in the best game franchise. It is my least favorite game in my most favorite, in my favorite video game franchise. So it's still better than every other game for me, subjectively. But within that favorite franchise, it is the lowest on the totem pole, and I hate it. So I do, of course, have fun in some capacity, but it's so limited, and I have to jerry rig? Is that the word?
Yeah.
I have to jerry rig my circumstances, perfectly to have a fun experience. Most of the time, skill-based matchmaking, shit map, shit visibility, etc. Ruin it for me. But yes, we do have fun in some capacity. It's kind of like if this was like our stepson, who was like really talented and we loved him, but he was homeless selling crack cocaine. We would be very critical of that person because we want more for them and because we know that their potential is so much greater than what they're actually doing. That is exactly how we feel about this game. So that is our answer.
Damn.
Steel Switch
Good answer,
says, buddy. Thank you, dude. If you had to choose between a kick-ass sandwich or kick-ass tacos, what would you decide? The sandwich can be cold, pressed, grilled, or served hot. Tacos can be served with multiple amounts. Don't know what that means. Crispy, soft, with any protein. Tanner?
Okay, Steel, so we live in Southern California, so you're a dumb shit for asking this question, right? It's tacos, and I don't know where in the country you would go and actually choose a sandwich over tacos. I mean, I guess if you live in fucking North Dakota, Michigan, Vermont, maybe.
Maybe
but
like
hey,
New England.
I'm the minority in LA County. We have good tacos, okay? So that's always the move. Soft street tacos are the best. With any protein. I usually get, when I see the spread laying out there, I go to like a taco truck or something. It's usually like a chicken, a carne asada, pretty much whatever else they have, pork, whatever they're doing. One of each with just some onion, cilantro, a little bit of salsa. No cheese unless I'm feeling like having some whitewash tacos, which are great too. But if I want like a really good, authentic taco, that's the way to do it, dude. Have you ever had a taco grill in Glendora, by the way?
No, I haven't.
You should try
I've
it.
never heard of it.
It's like the only place you can get like Taco Man tacos that are bomb. It's over by where the sports chalet used to be. You should check it out sometime.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so Tanner hit the nail on the head for exactly the reasons I was going to say. Hey, we live in Southern California. Of course it's tacos. What kind of fucking sandwich? Imagine picking a cold sandwich over tacos. Like he specifically said, the sandwich can be cold, pressed, grilled, or served hot. Now, sandwiches are good, but they're not tacos. And what kind of tacos would I have? Hard shell. I'm pretty basic, dude. I'm pretty basic. A soft shell taco is it's a small burrito, you fuck. Don't call soft shell tacos tacos.
The wall just got 10 feet taller.
Stupid, dude. Stupid. Okay, the correct answer is hard shell tacos.
You're so dumb.
I would put in some nice chicken, some chopped chicken, some nice cheese of a kind, some very hot salsa, maybe throw in some lime juice, lemon juice. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made hard shell tacos the other night. Actually, they're pretty good. But if you want like a really good authentic taco,
why didn't you make them soft shell?
Okay, because at home.
Okay.
So at home, making hard shell tacos tastes better. Because I'm not gonna hand make tortillas because I don't know how. I'm not gonna hand make tortillas, right?
Any
Little
white
soft
people
shell.
in the chat?
Any soft tortillas that I'm gonna just eat. So I'm gonna just fry the shit out of them so they taste good. So yeah, go to Mexico and order a hard shell taco. They'll spit in your face.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I was getting a beer out of my mini fridge. So let's see here. Steel, good question though, brother, and thank you. But the answer is obviously tacos. Moose God with the 200 biddies a fucking go. 12 minutes ago. Thank you, dude. Honored, humbled, and privileged. I appreciate it. Man, in a minute he'll be sweating like Bon Scott singing lead at an AC/DC concert. I know you guys will be able to see me sweat. Pretty fucking easily. Because it's extremely expensive camera.
How much was it?
The camera or the lens or all told?
Don't care. Just tell them how much it was.
Every single little thing I needed for it was probably like $2,000 total.
Yeah. Hey, so when you fuckheads complain about my quality, right? Mine was $1,900 less. So keep that in mind, cunts.
True. Yeah, there's definitely some diminishing returns, but I have to invest in the podcast, dude.
Also, if you decide you ever want to be a photographer, there you go, dude. You're set for that too.
Not doing that ever.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Nobody would hire you anyways.
Okay. Well,
So
I'll maybe do some private photography for my personal collection, but
yeah, keep those gifted subs coming, right?
Well, first I'm going to need someone to slide in my DMs at Razinon. All right, next question here. Go Blue Mason asks, do you think they changed the MIDI map for MDub because everyone used to just run silencers anyway? So in the end, there is not much of a difference except the sound of all the weapons? Tanner.
So it's kind of a weird question because in the old Call of Duties, I actually never ran suppressors like ever. And I don't think a lot of people did either. Like BO4, I don't think a lot of people ran suppressors at all. Not from what I remember. I very rarely did. I mean, think about like our KN setups, our Cordite setups. We never ran a suppressor on any of those. And those were the main guns we used. Switchblade. I never used a suppressor. I don't remember many people doing it. So I think they did it because they were going for like a more realistic game for some reason, even though it's Call of Duty. That's not what people want. If you want like a more realistic game, great. Go be on the development team of Arma. Don't be a dev on the Infinity Ward Call of Duty team. But I don't think that ever went through their mind. I think they were just trying to create something different because they thought the players would like something different than what we were used to. But that's not how the Call of Duty players' minds work. We just want the same thing over and over. We just want a fun game to play. And I don't know. I guess that's it.
Yeah. So Mason, interesting question. Do I think they changed the minimap for MW because everyone just used to run silencers anyways? No. So yeah, number one, like Tanner said, that's not true. In Pick 10 systems, it's actually very difficult to justify a silencer. So BO4, for example, was a Pick 10 create a class system. And for most weapon attachments, you really need to say that it's probably 2 created class points, not just 1. Because most of the time, you're going to need to do a wild card, like primary gunfighter 1 or 2, and then the attachment in question, which in this case would be a silencer. So it's either 10 or 20% of your entire created class for a silencer, which nerfs your range in a game that already has a very slow time to kill. So, number 1, I object to the framing of the question. Most people didn't used to run silencers anyway. In most games, I would say. If we go a year back more, World War II, silencers were only available on SMGs. And again, that took up an attachment slot, and there were very few of them. Even though it wasn't a pick 10 system, you could only have 3 or 4 attachments depending on your class or whatever it was called in that game. And again, it nerfed the fuck out of your range. So no, that's not the reason. The reason they changed the minimap for Modern Warfare? To help dogshit kids. Because there's an element of skill and map awareness and positioning that is involved in doing well when the minimap functions normally. You can predict spawns more easily. You'll know where enemies are more easily. You can flank better, etc. So what's a good way to disadvantage better players without harming shit tier players whom you're trying to protect? Remove the standard minimap. Because the shit players weren't using the minimap to their advantage anyway, so it getting gutted doesn't affect them at all because they weren't using it regardless. But the good players who were using it get fucked. And now they can just get shot from a random cubby or closet or bathroom. There are thousands strewn about the maps in this shit game. So it just works really well to just compress the skill gap such that better players do worse without a standard minimap and shit players are totally unaffected. That is why they did it. That is the reason behind a lot of the design choices in this shit game, and the mini-map is one of them. That would be my answer.
All right.
Next question here from Steel Switch. I agree with the Ghost perk too, Krim. The Ghost perk is too strong in this game. Way too strong. That's why I always run it. And it's so easy to run a silencer in this game, but that's kind of tangential to that question. So if you had a choice of $1 million tax-free or the ability to eat anything you want as much as you want, anytime you want, with no negative health or side effects, which would you choose, Tanner?
Oh, Steel. I mean, I don't know why anyone would choose the food thing ever. I'm trying to figure that one out and I just can't. I don't know. I mean, obviously $1 million tax free. You can turn that million into a lot more. I could put $1 million into my gaming setup. Yeah, I mean, that would be a tougher question to ask if it was like $25,000-$50,000. Then I'd consider it maybe. But $1 million, Jesus Christ, I'm taking that every single time.
Or if we were, fuck, what's the girl's name? She was like, fat bitches are pretty too. She's a singer. She's super popular, and I've never heard one of her songs. Doesn't matter.
No idea.
Someone in chat can tell me. So yeah, this is so obvious. Look, dude, look at me. I can't put on weight if I fucking wanted to. Now, I am skinny fat, don't get me wrong. Is it TOS to show midriff? I'll show you guys. Don't care. Don't ban
Any
me.
mid-drifters?
Don't report me.
Any cockpicks?
So this is me just at rest. I'm just kind of like doughy. Like, I'm not fat or anything.
If I didn't
Lizzo,
if I didn't see
you,
your head
Lizzo.
if I didn't see your head or anything else, I would think that was the stomach of a 12-year-old male.
Yeah, just
white
a boy.
male.
Just a soft, doughy boy.
Just a boy. Any white young boy.
Just a boy. Yeah. So, And I eat like dog shit, and I haven't worked out in a long time. Any quarantines in the chat?
Can confirm.
So you're asking the wrong people. If I was Lizzo, thank you, chat, then this would be a more difficult question. But I'm not. I'm twitch.tv/Razinon. Subscribe now for free with Twitch Prime. So yeah, easily 1 million tax free. And by the way, we're men. Also, so if we get $1 million tax free, and then invest that wisely, build a more valuable estate, then it wouldn't matter how we looked at all, because we're men. We're straight men, I should say. So that gets into some evolutionary psychology, which is not germane to this question. But yeah, easily 1 mil tax free. So let's move on here. Steel Switch asks, if you had a limitless budget to enhance your gaming setup, what would it look like, and what would most of the cash be spent on? Tanner.
Well, apparently I'll get some different color curtains since everyone hates these ones. Hey, they were the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. They're blackout curtains, you cunts. That's all I care about. It blocks every speck of light from coming in. No, I think honestly I would just hire whoever Doc uses for everything, for his entire production. I'd get that. I'd have a completely soundproof room, dual PC setup, multiple monitors. God, dude, I can go on and on. Couches in here for my whores to hang out on.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Any whores in the chat?
Any whores in the chat? I think I'd just make a straight up LAN center, actually. Just a one large living room with a bunch of computers, 10 gig internet, fucking Shure SM7Bs at every station.
Yeah, this question is dumb. So
I could, yeah. I mean, it could be a million different things. Steel, I love the off-topic questions, but I could kind of go anywhere with this.
So yeah, okay. If you had a limitless budget to enhance your gaming setup, here's what I would do. I would buy an estate in Martha's Vineyard. Actually, here's what I would do. I would buy land in Martha's Vineyard and then build a stunning estate worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And then I would build a customized gaming room in that estate because I have a limitless budget, right? And then that would be demonic. So most of my cash would be spent on the $100 million plus estate, to answer your question. But if we're talking just about my fucking bedroom here, I don't know. I mean, not much different. I'd get a 3080 Ti SLI when those come out. That would be where most of my money would go. And I can't think of much else my system would really benefit from. I mean, I'm sure I could get like a 10900X. My stream PC is fine. It doesn't do anything anyway. I would get another camera with a different lens that's super wide angle. But yeah, there's not much else I really... Oh, I would get a 360 hertz monitor, actually. I would do that. Pretty much it. I don't really need much else.
Any 360 hertz monitors?
I'd get a Shure SM7B too, although I don't really need it. My microphone already sounds crispy as fuck, so.
That would actually be a fun question to answer if it was like, if you had a budget of like 7,500 or 10,000, then I can actually think of things and write them down and have a genuine list.
Yeah, true. So let's move on here. Jamesy, what if they change the landing on Warzone with the 200 people? Like you pick a spot to land to, okay, and once it's locked down, other teams have to choose somewhere else to land. It's an impossible task to ask, but think that might balance it out a bit. So to kind of clean this question up for the listeners, James is basically saying, I hate hot dropping, and I hate how everyone drops in the stadium at the same time, and it's too many people. Change it. So make it such that when someone lands somewhere, other people are disallowed from landing within 100 meters or so. do you think that would improve the gameplay experience? That is the thrust of this question. Tanner, what are your thoughts?
No, I think it would defeat the entire purpose of a BR. Also, it would just end up being people would just land where others aren't landing, I think, and it would be a very boring beginning. I mean, you'd have like some players, like the really hype players who just want to get a ton of kills right off the rip. They would just land on top of other squads and pick that. But for the most part, no, I think it's a horrible idea, actually, and it just defeats the majority of like what a BR is, really.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be randomized. I mean, that's why people enjoy them. This game kind of got away with that, or from that with the loadout drop and everything, but still, at the end of the day, it's a BR.
Yeah. Look, James, I sympathize with the frustration of hot dropping and getting meleeed from behind, even though you shot the guy 95 times with your pistol. Hey, I get it. But yeah, it defeats the purpose. Some people want a hot drop. There's fun and excitement in that. And you could also abuse that really easily. So like Quarry, for example, always has 5,000 contracts in one building every time. And there's also 10 buildings. So that's 50,000 contracts. So someone could just land Quarry first, and now you just can't get any of those contracts. Unless you land far away and then run up to it, it just wouldn't. Logistically, it just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't work. But I sympathize with your frustration, as I said. So, Moose God with the 500 biddies. Let's fucking go! Hell yeah, dude! Can't wait to watch you guys play. Or can't wait to watch you guys while I play an actual good COD. What COD are you playing, Moose? I'm curious what you think is a good COD. I'm glad you think this one isn't, though. True. And thank you for the 500 biddies, dude. I'm honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. What else do we have here real quick? You guys are talking about whores and cleaning ladies. K. Any misogynists in the chat? All right. What's up, Stick to Your Pistolas? Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Welcome. I'm drunker than Doug got a few episodes ago. Hell yeah, Big Daddy. Hope they answer your question soon. We'll answer it whenever we get to it. So how about that, bitch? We'll answer it eventually, Big Daddy, even if we don't get to it this episode. So keep that in mind. Any Trainwrecks fans in the chat? I love Trainwrecks, dude. What are you talking about? Scuffed podcast. All right, Zerosio. Hypothetically, COD 2020 bombs, and because of it, Activision says they're done and COD is shutting down permanently, with all servers going offline effective immediately. Wouldn't be immediate, but I like the question so far. What game does the Dropshot rebrand itself for? I fucking love this question. This
I do too.
This is an interesting question, so I'm going to ask it again. COD 2020 bombs. Call of Duty's done. Now the Dropshot has to pivot to a new game or topic or anything. Does it continue? If so, in what capacity? Tanner, your thoughts?
I would want it to continue on either PUBG or like Rainbow Six Siege or something. Both of those I think are really fun games. I haven't played Siege in actually like 3 years, probably.
Okay,
2 or 3 years.
low cap.
But that game was extremely fun. Really fun to like plan out little attacks with your friends. Ben and I used to play that a lot. And like, you know, we'd get in different windows and I'd be like, all right, do this now. He's here. Start shooting through this wall right here. It's really fun. It's very tactical. It's tactical, but still like fast paced enough to be really fun. Yeah, see, low cap, no Siege was fun. PUBG also I really enjoyed. The game has just kind of died off. They didn't do enough to it, I don't think. But PUBG was really fun in its prime, and I think you would enjoy it actually. It's a little too slow at times, but they have put out smaller maps that are more action packed, so that's what I would want to switch to, one of those two. I would love to go back to Siege actually. That would probably be my number one. I can't wait to hear your dumb shit answer, by the way.
Dude, honestly, I
don't
have one. Okay, the reason this podcast has any traction whatsoever is because, Call of Duty is the perfect video game to make a podcast about for two reasons. Number one, no one else has a Call of Duty podcast that's good. Shots fired, suck my dick, etc. Doesn't matter, don't care. Hey, Google Call of Duty podcast. Show me the #1 search result on Google. Any search engine optimization in the chat? We're the best ones, obviously, easily. I'm here.
Just
Hello.
so happens your aunt works for Google, by the way.
That's possible. I've never said that before, so it may or may not be true. So get doxxed,
yeah.
Katie.
Yeah.
But anyways, so #1, that's the reason a Call of Duty podcast is very good, because there are other Call of Duty podcasts, but they are either about CDL, they are not updated with any regularity, certainly not twice a week, or they're Nade Shot, where they talk about fucking porn stars, and it is almost completely divorced from Call of Duty. Nothing wrong with that, obviously.
Talking about Nade Shot and Courage podcast?
Don't know, never watched it.
That's actually, I like their podcast. I've listened to like 10 episodes.
Great. How much Call of Duty content is in it?
0. So why are you even putting it in the category, stupid bitch?
Okay. All right. Fair.
It's nothing to do with Call of Duty at all.
Got it. Okay. So exactly. That's more to my point then. There's no other like Call of Duty podcast. And the broadcaster to consumer ratio for podcasts is better than anywhere else. From the creator perspective, it's better than YouTube. It's way better than Twitch. It's better than Facebook, etc. Caffeine, whatever. So #1, that's why we did this. #2, and more importantly, Call of Duty has a new game every single year. So there's always fucking content and new shit to talk about, which makes a podcast super iterable. Super iterable. We can do a podcast twice a week and we always have something new to talk about, because there's always something going on. There's a patch. There's new maps added. There's news about the next title. There's a playlist update, whatever the fuck. There's always something to talk about. Sometimes not much. You guys, if you've been listening for a while, you know that. But there's always something to talk about. But mostly because there's a new fucking game every single year. You can't do that for Halo. You can't do it for Battlefield. You can't do it for World of Warcraft. You can't do it for any other game. I can't think of another game that is a AAA franchise that has a new game every single year because of the rotating development thing that Activision has done.
Yeah, true, actually.
So that's why a Call of Duty podcast works so well. Where would we go? I don't know, actually. I would have to think about it. I would not be happy, though.
SWTOR?
Okay. Absolutely not. We could do a podcast once every 7 months for SWTOR. We could talk about a patch.
You're being generous there, actually.
Super generous. Amen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we would go. I'd have to do some market research, but nowhere would be great, honestly. It wouldn't be as good as Call of Duty. This is like the perfect fucking game for us to do a podcast about. So I would be
it really is, because that changes every year.
Yeah, exactly. So I would be super upset. I'd have to think about it more. I would hope that we would have enough of an audience to where we could do a podcast about like anything, like a Joe Rogan style. We just talk about whatever the fuck we want kind of deal. I don't think we would be even remotely close enough to that yet, though. But anyways, good question. Puppy Punk, change it. What's a setting for COD that you would love to see, fictional or otherwise? Also, what's a COD that never got a sequel that you would like to see? For me, it's Advanced Warfare. Tanner, your thoughts?
The sequel thing, I don't know. I didn't play most of those games during that time, so there's the ones I played were Infinity Ward games, so this is a part of that progression with COD 2, COD 1, COD 4, etc. So I don't have an answer for that. The setting I would love to see, that's a good question, actually. I mean, modern is my favorite time setting for games, period. I don't really like futuristic things. World War II is fantastic 10 years ago. I'm over that now, though. I think one that was true to like Vietnam era, like jungle maps and shit, would be pretty fun. Like Battlefield Vietnam was a really good game, and wasn't that popular. I remember playing that game like, God, what was that now? 15 years ago,
Popular
probably.
or popular?
At least.
'Cause I didn't know what the fuck that word
Well,
was.
I've had 1.5 drinks, so keep that in mind, cunt. You'll be there in about 20 minutes, stupid bitch.
Okay.
But anyways, I think Vietnam would be really fun. I don't think enough dev teams have touched on Vietnam, and I think there's a whole thing there that's missing. Somebody needs to take advantage of it. Vietnam was gruesome. It was disgusting. They need to make a video game on it that's actually good.
Okay, let me jump in.
Dude, your vape clouds there were like bright green.
Yeah, the quality is just fucking insane. Okay, so the second part of your question I'm going to answer first. Also, what's a COD that never got a sequel that you would like to see? Don't care. Don't play the campaign. Couldn't care less. I was going to make a joke that I would like a sequel to World War II called World War III, and it takes place in a universe where we extrajudicially assassinate the highest general in the land of a foreign country, such as, I don't know, Iran. And then instead of cowering and kowtowing to our imperialistic tendencies, they start a thermonuclear war. And the sequel to World War II would be called World War III. However, that was just going to be a joke. I think Trump was terribly dumb to do that, by the way. I'm talking about Soleimani, in case that wasn't obvious to anyone. Read a book. But I'm not some... Doesn't matter. So, anyways. What's the setting for COD that you would love to see, fictional or otherwise? So there was a Call of Duty in Vietnam. It was called Black Ops. And what's my favorite setting for a video game about war? Vietnam. Easily. Exactly like Tanner said, for exactly the reasons he said. It's fucking dirty, dude. It's dirty and nasty and gruesome and dehumanizing and just wanton death and destruction and just kids just in the shits, dude. In the shits. By the way, I've recommended this podcast many times. It's called Jocko Podcast. One of the guests he had on was a guy named John Stryker Meyer. John Stryker Meyer was a part of the United States Armed Forces, and then he was recruited to be Spec Ops. I don't remember what division. I think it was Green Berets. And then he was recruited to be Black Ops. And the name of this particular Black Ops division was called DevGru, DEVGRU. That is an acronym. I don't know what it stands for. DevGru was top secret classified until recently. At least the Vietnam iteration. So this dude was he was in the shits. That is the only way to classify it. I demand that if you listen to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, you go Google Jocko Podcast, John Stryker Meyer, and he was on 3 times, 3 hours each, 9 hours of content. And he talks about real fucking life. The shit this guy did was actually like the movie Rambo. Every single mission was him rappelling out of a helicopter into gunfire. He said he had to practice hip firing his Kalashnikov because he didn't have time to aim down the sights. I'm not kidding. And this is a real life fucking person. This is a dude who was 22 years old, and he was getting shot at instantly so often in Vietnam that he had to practice hip firing with his Kalashnikov because he didn't have time to look down the sights of his rifle. This is not a video game. This is not a fucking romance novel. This isn't the movie Rambo. This is real fucking life. And it's insane. You have to listen to these episodes. John Stryker Meyer, Jocko Podcast. Those 3 episodes are in my top 10 podcast episodes of all time. Easily. It's fucking fascinating, dude. The shit this guy did. The fucking shit this guy did. So anyways, when I think of like Black Ops, the Call of Duty game, the campaign is very similar to like actual real life. And the reason they made this DevGru thing, from what I understand, is because it was legal for us to be operating in Vietnam, according to the Geneva Convention or whatever. It would have been very illegal for us to be operating in Laos, Cambodia, I think maybe Mongolia. But we're America. We're going to break the rules. Now, how do you do that? Well, you can't send uniformed soldiers into Laos and Cambodia when it's against the war rules, whatever the fuck they are. So what do? You create a top secret, classified Black Ops unit, actual Black Ops. That's why they named the game Black Ops. This is real. Black Operations Unit called DevGru. You say, hey, you don't get a uniform. You're not putting an American flag anywhere, any patch on your uniform. You're not putting a fucking name tag, and you're going to have no documentation on you. So that if you die in Laos by 40 fucking Viet Cong just trying to fuck your ass, we can't let it be traced back to us. And since it's super likely that you're going to get fucking destroyed, don't wear an American flag. Dude, the craziest stories. That is insane. Dude, there's one story where his unit of 4 people are hiding in the jungle in the dead of night. And it's dark, by the way. Hey, this is fucking rural Vietnam. At midnight, 2 a.m., no sunlight. Pitch fucking black. These guys are hiding.
We get it.
4 of them. And there's a bunch of Viet Cong looking for them. This is a real story. This really happened in this guy's life. One of the Viet Cong is getting real close to him, and he's on top of a hill. And the Viet Cong guy is like walking up the hill, and he grabs Stryker's like knee. Now, what does he do? Well, if he shoots him, then their whole unit's fucked. So what does he do, Tanner? What do you think he does?
Stabs him in the throat.
He takes out his Bowie knife and fucking garrotes this guy.
Ugh.
And he tells the story on the podcast. I think he said like he grabbed his hair, he took his Bowie knife, which he had ready because he was anticipating this was going to happen, and just starts jabbing his throat.
Oh, fuck.
And this guy's 20 years old. He's like a 20-year-old boy. And he's just doing shit like this in Laos, dude. Just nasty. So,
dude,
go ahead, Tanner.
No, that's just, it's crazy to me. So, looking back
real
now,
life, dude.
Think when we were 18 to 20, like we thought like, oh, like we're over 18, we're out of high school, like we're adults now. As you get older and older and older, you keep looking back and think, oh, I was young and dumb at that point. Like imagine these guys being 20, 22 in Vietnam doing that shit. Fucking crazy. That's why those dudes that were in that war are just, their head is destroyed, dude. Their mental state is fucking just gone. Yeah. A lot of those guys come into my work and they'll start talking about things and I'm just like, oh, this guy's fucked in the head. I feel very bad for him.
Yeah, dude. I could talk about it for another hour, but I won't.
I'm going to look this up right now.
I typed it in chat. Jocko Podcast,
I gotta
John Stryker Meyer. Dude, it is fucking fascinating. I mean, just imagine, dude, you're on this hill. There's like a unit of, I think he said like 120 Viet Cong looking for them. He makes contact and he just fucking Bowie knifes him in the throat so that he kills the guy, but also he doesn't get his unit caught. And it worked, by the way, because he's alive. Dude, it is fucking insane. So to answer your question, I swear to God I could talk about this all day because this is someone's real life. Because when we think, like when we see a campaign mission like that in a video game, it's like, wow, that's really cool. Or when we watch Rambo, we're like, wow, that's really cool. How crazy would that be? Hey, what if it was real? And it was actually real. So he was a part of this unit that didn't get declassified until 30 years later. So he couldn't talk to anyone about it. Or the NSA would put him in a fucking black site in Abu Ghraib. But eventually it did get declassified. And then he wrote a book about it. And that's when he went on the Jocko podcast. Fucking fascinating, dude. So that's where I would want a COD game to take place again. We did.
There's 3 episodes, by the way, of it.
Yes, 3 episodes that are each like 3 hours long. Listen to all of them in chronological order.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking good. What was I gonna say?
See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want like some dumb Call of Duty version of Vietnam. I want like an actual Vietnam game.
What do you mean by that?
Just like in the flesh, dude. Fucking trenches, Viet Cong hiding in bushes, popping out of tunnels, running out in the hundreds, airstrikes, shit like that, dude.
Dude, it's cool to listen to him because he tells you like what it was actually like. Like one of the questions Jocko asked was like, how did you shit? Because the missions would be between 2 to like 7 days typically. And then he was like, I never once had to shit. I just didn't have to. Like I never had the urge. And then I'd get back to camp and I would shit. But he just never had the urge. Probably because his adrenal glands were just fucking shot the entire time, which is understandable. It is so fucking interesting, bro. Dude. And this is my last anecdote, I promise. Not an anecdote. It's an anecdote. He was talking about how when they were going through the jungle, they came to be very comforted by the sounds of animals, like monkeys, birds. He said the only animal they were afraid of was, can you guess?
The Viet Cong.
Well, they're not animals. They're human beings, you racist scum piece of shit. Any white liberal elites in the chat?
Any American scumbags?
So try again. What do you think the only animal they were afraid of was in Vietnam? In Asia?
A rat.
No.
A rat.
No.
I don't know.
A tiger. Tigers.
There's no tigers there.
There's definitely tigers in Vietnam.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah, there definitely are. So they were only afraid of tigers, but every other animal they were happy to hear. And the reason is, he was saying like, we would be walking around and we learned this quickly that if you hear a bunch of animals around and shit, what that means is there's no Viet Cong around. And when the jungle gets quiet, that's when you need to get fucking scared. Because that's when the VC are coming. And you need to fucking gear up. It's so interesting, dude. I can't stress enough that you guys need to fucking listen to that podcast.
Have you ever seen We Were Soldiers, the movie?
I don't think so. I've heard of it, though.
That's a pretty good Vietnam movie. There's a lot of good ones on Vietnam, but that one, like the opening scene is like this group of Frenchmen walking, and then one of them just gets sniped in the head by the Viet Cong, and then they just get fucking blitzed. Oh my god, it's a dope opening scene. You should watch that movie. That
movie is just the most
slaughtered.
I should watch that movie. That war, it's recent enough to where we know like everything about it, and there's a lot of documentation and videos and shit. And it was just absolutely fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. The VC would make these bamboo traps where it would be like a pit that you fall into. They cover it with leaves. They would sharpen bamboo sticks and then they would shit all over them. So that if you fell in the trap, you would get pierced by the bamboo. You'd probably be fine. It wouldn't hurt you that much. But because there's shit all over it, you would get sepsis because the shit would get into your bloodstream. And then it would be a medical emergency real fucking fast. Google sepsis. Just fascinating. All kinds of crazy shit like that, dude. So interesting.
Yeah, they were smart. They were a smart group of people.
It's super smart because that's a super effective trap that doesn't cost you any money. All you have to do is shit and sharpen some bamboo.
Know who was dumb?
What?
Us for going there.
Amen, dude. Amen. So, anyways, listen to that podcast. It's fascinating. Puppy Punk, thanks for the question. This next question is from Steel Switch.
I love Steel's question.
Getting to an even more rigorous question here. What Call of Duty cover art is the best out of all of the games? And for reference, we can pull up this article. Go toward the bottom, Tanner. And then it says games in order of release.
I'm going to look through all of them here. So let's see.
Okay, I'm going to go get an alcoholic beverage. So,
all right, boys. So let me glance through these here. The World War II ones were dope. Every single one of those is really good. Let's see. The Black Ops ones are fucking terrible, every single one. So actually, they're all dog shit. Since like 2008, they've all been dog shit. Looking at this picture, my vote is for Call of Duty Finest Hour, or World at War is pretty dope too.
Finest Hour. Okay. And World at War. Where are we? World at War. Okay. Okay.
Just scroll down towards the newer ones. They actually haven't been good since World at War.
Well, my favorite's super easy.
Okay, let's hear it.
MW 2.
So dumb.
He's got a balaclava.
You're such a dumb
There's
shit.
There's fire
actually.
behind him. He's got the fucking good old Kalashnikov in his hand. He's looking off to the side. I love it.
It's actually
it's iconic.
It's actually the most basic cover art of any single one on there.
Well, wrong, but yeah. That's my vote.
What is Call of Duty Strike Team? Did I miss an entire Call of Duty?
Probably
What the
a
hell is
mobile
that?
game.
Oh yeah, any mobile shit games. Yeah.
So, anyways, thanks, Steel. Next one is from Edge Conquest. What would be the first map you'd like to see in COD 2020 besides the obvious, like Nuketown, Firing Range, Jungle Raid, etc.? And also, Raz, as a fellow Star Wars nerd, what do you think about the new movie series possibly being set during the Old Republic? Mace and Lowcap, you'll be interested in this answer. But Tanner, we'll send it over to you. What's the first map you'd like to see in COD 2020 besides the ones that have been leaked?
I don't know. I need to think about this one. You go first.
Okay. Well, you said besides the obvious one like Nuketown, Firing Range, Jungle, because those have been leaked. But you threw Raid in there. Raid's not been leaked. So my answer would obviously, of course, be Raid. Because Firing Range is the best map of all time. Nuketown is number 2. Jungle's fantastic. But if you don't want me to answer Raid, then I would say Slums. Wait, was Slums leaked also?
Yeah, I think Slums was leaked.
Okay. And Summit? No, it wasn't that many maps, was it? I don't know. But I would say Raid, Edge, you dumb bitch. And if you don't like that answer, suck my cock. Next question was, as a fellow Star Wars nerd, what do you think about the next movie series possibly being set during the Old Republic? Well, I would love an Old Republic movie series, but Disney has never made a good Star Wars movie. So I'm in a bit of a pickle here because I would love to see an Old Republic movie, of course. But also, how would they handle Revan? Would he be a light side new frog? I would like to see like a prequel to KOTOR 1 as the first movie, to where Revan is training at the academy, and then I think like Malik goes dark, and then Revan follows him, and then Revan's like his top general, I think. Or no, that's not true. I don't remember the story exactly, but I think Malik goes first, Revan follows him. Revan is better than him, and then Revan like gets captured by Bastila or some shit. But anyway, the whole thing that took place before KOTOR 1, that needs to be the first movie, because I want to see Revan go dark, for sure. But I would like it if it was done well. It wouldn't be done well, by the way. Spoiler alert. But I'd like to see it done well. So. Tanner?
Contraband or Icebreaker. Neither of those were leaked, I don't think, were they?
No. You like Contraband that much?
I do. Contraband was, for a while, it was my favorite map on BO4, and then I started getting sick of it. But yeah, I missed that map. I just hated it once they brought in the Hurricane version of it, because I don't think that was in there from the start. I don't think it was. They added it in at some point, didn't they? And then it just turned that to shit, because that's what we kept getting.
I think maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like Contraband Day is really fun.
Yeah.
Such good visibility.
Contraband's a good map. Icebreaker's so much better, though. So, you should say Icebreaker. but there are other maps. Ad Brew Terminal's a great map, but it's an Infinity Ward map. It wouldn't ever be in a Treyarch title, which is why we didn't mention it. Because there's a bunch of Infinity Ward titles or maps, excuse me, that got left out of this game that we would love to see. But from a Treyarch perspective, yeah, I'd have to say Raid or what did I say? Raid or
Standoff?
Slums. Oh, yes, dude. Thank you. Standoff, too. Standoff.
There's too many maps to think of. These questions are always hard to answer because there's actually hundreds of maps.
Yeah. So.
And this game had some of the worst ones ever.
Tar didn't like Jungle. That's fucking Razinon sus. I might need to take away someone's VIP, so. Jungle's a great map, Tar. Suck my dick. Hey, suck me off, Tar. Jungle's a great map. Next question here is from Nicomas. How long do y'all think it'll be until Activision does something about the hackers? This question was asked a month ago, by the way.
That's what I was about to say. No, it's funny. It's been a month and nothing has happened.
If nothing gets done, how long do you think it'll take for the player base to vanish due to that problem? Tanner, take this away. I'm going to go piss out of my huge white dick. I'll be right back.
So, as you know, Nicomas, or you don't, from our insider information, it's very difficult for them to add in any sort of anti-cheat because the code is so old and it's going to take hours and hours and hours to be redone. So realistically, there's not going to be an anti-cheat for this game. Maybe they'll be able to do something for COD 2020, but we know for this game, there will be absolutely nothing. They'll just do continued ban waves like they do now. They'll shadow ban players like the Gaming Definition or Nexus PC. Check them both out, by the way. They are both shadow banned right now because they get reported so often, even though they don't actually cheat. So they're doing things like that they think are helping, but really it's just ruining the lives of the really, really good players. I mean, like the 0.01% players like that. And, you know, when they do find a lobby after 30 minutes of searching, they get thrown in with hackers, like legitimate just aimbotters and shit. So there's nothing that's going to be done in this game. That's just about confirmed. But I really don't think it's going to do anything to the player base. There's so many people playing this game. It's actually crazy. I think they just tweeted out some dumb shit. Can anyone confirm? I think they said there's been 75 million players in Warzone now. So, hey, even if they lost 30% of their player base, there's still a ton of people playing. And the hackers are bad, but until it's to the point, I think that like people are running into 3 or 4 hackers in every Warzone lobby. I just think Infinity Ward doesn't care because the player to hacker ratio is still so low, probably, even though we see so many of them, just because so many damn people are playing this shit game. So, it's going to stay alive and well, I think, for a long time, and it won't have anything to do with hackers because there's too big of a player base. It's not going to affect it. And Infinity Ward doesn't care. They're making so much money.
Yeah. So Activision will never do anything about hackers for this game. Period. It's never happening. If nothing gets done, how long do you think it'll take for the player base to vanish due to that problem? They won't. Not in sufficient numbers for it to significantly affect their bottom line. And what'll end up happening is people will just switch to COD 2020. And hopefully there's an anti-cheat there. There won't be. But that's all they really need to do is hang on until the next Call of Duty game. So they can have no anti-cheat for the entire year. And then for COD 2020, people are going to get excited. They're going to play it. They're going to put up with the cheating because they're having fun despite getting cheated on. Poor phrasing. And then this will just continue until the next title. So, yeah, they'll never do anything about it. Yeah. So, real quick. Mulletproof with the 1,000 goodies. Let's fucking go. Jesus, Mullet. Mulletproof mute, dude. Coming in hot as fuck. Thanks, brother. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Thank you, dude. I love you, man. Welcome back.
Dude, we can count the hairs on your head with that webcam, actually. DSLR, by the way, actually, not webcam.
Well, I have such a rich, thick head of hair that you probably couldn't. But...
Dude, you need to be careful now. You have to brush your teeth before. You have to make sure everything's clean.
Bitch, my teeth are brushed. What are you guys talking about? How dare you, dude?
I didn't say you didn't. I just said you have to think about these things now because it's so good.
True.
If you have one little piece of freshly cracked black pepper in your teeth, I'm destroying you for it. So
some arugula.
Maybe we'll finally get a Steel Series sponsor now that they can read the label on the side. Or you should just tilt your head to the side the entire time while you talk so everyone can see it. Yeah.
So the next question. Okay. Mullet, thank you, dude. I'm honored, humbled, and of course privileged. I appreciate it, man. What else do we have here? Boy, we have a lot of cheers. Moose God, Deacon Cheese. Thank you, boys, as well. I'm not sure if I got to you, but I appreciate it. I'm honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. By the way, this is not a bald spot. Look at my hair. Is that a bald spot? Am I balding?
No, it's just the angle. It's just
Am
the
I
angle
balding right here?
It's just the angle your head's at.
Okay.
Like tilt your head up more. It'll probably look the same in the front. It's the angle your hairs are laying, I think.
Interesting. May need to get some hymns.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. But yeah, Mullet, Deacon, Moose God, I appreciate you boys. Thank you very much. Honored, humbled, and of course privileged. As a balding guy, that's a bald spot starting.
Oh shit.
Damn, Monka S, dude. Is it actually? I can't tell.
Is your dad bald?
Fuck no, he's not bald.
Yeah, you're good. That was your grandpa? Is your grandpa? Is he dead or alive?
They're both dead. So thanks. All right, the podcast is over. I need to go mourn. No, they've been dead for
grandpa.
years, so I'll be dying soon. Yeah. They were both bald. My mother's father was bald, which is typically where balding comes from. So maybe I'm balding. Don't care. Hey, I'll shave my head. Actually,
don't care. You wear a Steel Series Arctis 9 Pro headset.
My
Steel
bald
Series
spot will be
sponsor
covered
us.
up. Yeah. So. Oh well, don't give a fuck. Let's move on here. Steel Switch again. Anyone happy this was scrapped? I know I am. Referring to Modern Warfare zombies. Tanner, your thoughts?
Yes. Multiplayer would be even worse if zombies were in this game.
That is exactly what I was gonna say.
They really wouldn't care about it at all.
Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Their development resources are already spread far too thinly. So this just like the bald spot on my head. So that would be even more true if they were trying to do zombies as well. So they would do zombies very poorly. They would do multiplayer even more poorly than they already are. And then they would still be focusing 90% of their time toward Warzone. Their cash cow. So keep that in mind. This next one is from Sniff Sniff Hambone. Change it. From all COD titles, what would each of your favorite kill streaks be? Mine would either be Dogs from BO1 or War Crimes from MW 2019 Game of the Year Edition. And by the way, War Crimes refers to, of course, white phosphorus, which is in fact a war crime by the Geneva Convention. Read a book. Tanner, your favorite kill streak of all time? I like this question, by the way. Sniff, sniff. Thank you.
Mine is easily Thresher because it was, I think, one of the most overpowered of all time. Interesting thought, though, with the War Crimes. White Phos, it's not a very good kill streak most of the time, but I think it's one of the more interesting ones that they've ever put in a Call of Duty game. Like, there's really never been... I don't think there's been a streak like that at all, really.
White Phos? Yeah, I don't think so.
Not that I can think of. And the fact that it's a war crime and they put it in this game and they had a bunch of people bitching about them to take it out and there were like petitions
That's
online.
what gets my dick
and
hard.
they didn't.
Yes.
And they didn't. That's what makes it even funnier.
It's the first act of courage Infinity Ward has ever fucking taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wait, so what's your favorite?
I said Thresher.
Thresher.
Because it's the most overpowered.
Okay. All right. Fair. If that's your rubric, then that's a good choice because Thresher is definitely the most overpowered. What would my favorite kill streak be?
Damn, look at those armpit hairs, dude.
I know you can see them. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. I think I would have to default to white phosphorus because it's a war crime. Yeah. I think it's hard to make an argument for anything else. Because it's deeply amusing to me that we can commit war crimes in a video game. So if we go back to
It's deeply amusing.
if we go back to Vietnam and then there's an Agent Orange kill streak, that will definitely be my new favorite. But until then, it's gonna have to be white phos. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, good question.
Great question. Steel Switch, do you agree that the calling cards are not the best? If you head into challenges in the menu and look at the missions, you'll see images that look to share the same dimensions as calling cards. Some of those would look way better than the current selection. Tanner.
Well, hold on, let me reread this. You hadn't. The calling cards are dog shit, Steel. If you head into challenges in the menu and look at the missions, you will see images that look to share the same dimension. Huh?
So when you go
what
to
is
your,
he saying?
When you go to your challenges, you know how there's like art for the challenge? That's the same aspect ratio as a calling card would be.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start here. Do you agree that calling cards are not the best?
They're fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
They're terrible, and I don't know how I earned 99% of them.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that's worse.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these look way better than the current selection. Yeah, I can't think of what you're talking about, actually, Steel. Like, I know what you're saying, but I don't know. Apparently, I've never paid attention to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, the calling cards in this game we've talked about a lot. They're disgustingly bad. We don't know how we earn them. The ways that you do earn them are terrible. I mean, half of the calling cards you just get from purchasing packs. You get some in the battle pass. They're dumb. They're just fucking horrible. Bring me back to the BO4 calling card and challenge system and emblems. Any emblem editor fans?
True. And if you join the Patreon,
any patrons?
Any patrons in the chat? If you join the Patreon, we recorded our first Patreon episode for this month, but we haven't released it yet, but we're going to soon, and it's a banger of an episode. What was the topic, Tanner?
What we want to see.
Our hopes for COD 2020. It's a good ep, dude. It's a solid ep. A lot more fun than it sounds, actually. Because there's quite a bit of comparison between BO4 and this game and what we hope for COD 2020. And we talk about my favorite emblem of all time, which is a custom emblem Tanner made. Patreon.com/the Dropshot to hear all about it. Get scammed. So, do I agree calling cards are not the best? Yes, obviously. They're fucking awful. Not only is the art style terrible and bad and unattractive, but also, you can only do one challenge at a time. There's no way to delineate or distinguish what you earned any particular calling card or what you had earned it for doing. So it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
It's just so casual. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's true. It's actually
it's
true.
dog shit.
It's truly dog shit, dude. Nicomas with the gifty boy. Let's fucking go.
Whoa.
Wow. Nicomas with the 10 gifty boys. Jesus. Nicomas, we just answered your question, dude. I was actually wondering where you've been. Now, you could have just said hi. You didn't have to gift 11 subscriptions to twitch.tv/Razinon live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But, hey, I'll take it. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you, Nick. Thank you, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. How are you? How's life? I very much appreciate the...
How do I do that?
Yeah, there you go. I appreciate the support, Nick. That was a lot of gifted subs all at once. So I appreciate you, dude. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. Thank you, Nick, dude. Really appreciate it, brother.
He had to do the 11 to get on the top of the month. Top 3 of the month.
Oh yeah. Damn. Any flexers in the chat? Been getting shit on IRL like an idiot kid. That sucks, dude. That sucks. I feel like IRL shitting on most people. Fucking COVID-19. I know you're not a Lebanese national, so at least you don't have to deal with that. But
jeez.
Relax, dude. I'm not shitting on Lebanon. I mean, I'm saying their situation's not great, but that's not their fault.
I actually don't know what's going on there right now. Like, why is everyone talking about, like, why is it the government's fault now? You have any clue about that? Add that to the Q&A.
Well, the port is government property.
Well, all the
It's in the government's
all the
jurisdiction.
SJWs on Instagram are reposting things about that the government's doing this and the people aren't going to have. I don't forget it. Don't care.
Yeah,
I feel
don't
bad
know.
for them.
It's just a shit situation, honestly. That's a very far aside. Nicomas, I appreciate it, dude. Unrelated, but a COD 2027 in-game firing range. I'm gonna fucking blow my top. Actually, dumb as hell is the only COD to do that at World War II and Advanced Warfare. I did like that about World War II, Tar. I did. Any Beirusians in the chat? Race the train with the 500 bits of fucking go. Jesus, dude. Hell yeah. Brother Race, welcome back. Honored, humbled, and privileged. I appreciate the support, dude. Thank you, for real. And Nick, thank you as well. And Race, appreciate it. Let's move on here. This is from disgraced Fox News host, the real Tucker Carlson, who's a member of our Discord.
It's really him, by the way.
It
says real.
It is real Tucker Carlson. His question is 1v1 Rust, Tanner versus Razinon. Who would win? Tanner, your thoughts?
Tucker, you're a dumb shit. This is the worst question you've ever asked. Tucker, you say a lot of dumb things. This takes the cake. I would win 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought you were gonna argue with me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that was boring.
I'm not.
That wasn't fun at all, actually.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Okay.
You guys don't understand how much better Tanner is than I am.
I
at
think
this
we
shit
do.
game.
I think it'd be 70-30.
No, I think it'd probably
75,
I think it'd probably be like
25.
85-15. And it depends on the weapons and shit too. Like if we have snipers, it's 99 out of 100 that you win. If we have like an assault rifle, then I think, yeah, it's more maybe 80-20 or something.
Yeah, you're dog shit with snipers, actually.
It's okay. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. But I'm not fucking you with snipers, so.
There's a good question from Tar. Who would win, Nate Gibson versus Tar? Even easier question. Nate. Every time. 100 times out of 100 times shit on Tar. Next question.
Damn, destroyed.
I'm going to go pee.
Okay. Tar, you're very good, but Tanner and I were watching Nate last night play Warzone.
Oh, that was fun. I haven't watched him in a while.
Yeah. So twitch.tv/Nate Gibson. I demand all of you go follow him now. And I watch a lot of really insane PC players play Call of Duty. I watch Fizz, I watch Nexus, I watch TGD, I watch Syrian, and I watch Nate. And of every PC player I've ever seen play Call of Duty, Nate is not the flashiest. He's not quite the fastest, although he's still extremely fast. But he's not quite the fastest, and he's certainly not the flashiest. But he is by far the most consistent. Like if I watch a Syrian stream, if I watch Syrian for 3 hours, he'll whiff hard like 3 to 5 times. Same with TGD, same with Nexus. Same with, maybe not with Fizz. I haven't watched him enough, to be fair. But when I watch Nate for 3 hours, he'll whiff 0 times. He just always lands. It's actually insane to watch him. He never misses. And again, he's not as flashy as like Syrian and TGD, especially those two fucking animals. They'll just jump a corner and just just fuck everybody up. And most of the time they'll do it successfully, but sometimes they'll whiff that. If Nate finds himself in that situation, he just never, ever, ever whiffs, and he never misses. Like, actually, Nate's the most consistent PC player I've ever seen play this game. It is such a pleasure to watch him play. It's so satisfying. Because I try to put myself in the shoes of someone who just doesn't miss. Like, imagine if you just thought of something you want to do and you just do it. Like, Like, oh, there's a guy over there. I'm just going to shoot him. That's it. That's the only decision I have to make here. So now when I play this game, I'll see a guy and I'll be like, okay, is he head glitching? How far away is he? What gun am I using? And all of this is to say, will I be able to reliably hit this guy enough times to kill him or down him? But Nate doesn't have to think about that. All Nate has to do is say, oh, there's a guy there? I'll shoot him now. And he'll shoot him. And he won't miss, ever. He's insane. He is so fun to watch. It's such a pleasure to watch him. I fucking love that guy. God, he's so good. It makes me fucking furious. Anyways. Next question. Gift Gerst. Core or hardcore and why? Elaborately. Okay, Jesus. You should probably use the word elaborate there, but you were probably half a bottle of Jack at this point. Advantages and disadvantages of each. Okay, well, Tanner's still sobering up by peeing, so core, hardcore, and why? Core. Elaborate. The skill gap is higher because the more shots you need to land, the more often the better player will win. So in hardcore, you can hip fire spray and kill 9,000 people with 3 bullets because you can get an X16 45 meter triple collat in hardcore because hardcore is dumb. Accuracy matters far less in hardcore. And if you get shot in the back in hardcore, you're 100% dead. In core, you're most likely dead because this game's time to kill is still high, but at least you have somewhat of a chance. So to put it very simply, core, because the skill gap is higher. And I want to reward players who play well. Yeah, hey, Gift, I know what elaborately means, you stupid cunt. Elaborately works there, but it's not great. And elaborate would probably be better. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Tito's? Okay, yeah. Tito's vodka. Good vodka, by the way. Advantages and disadvantages of each. The advantages of hardcore. Good for leveling pistols. That's it. I mean, I can't think of an advantage to hardcore other than that. Like,
it's
actually
good if you're over 40 years old, and I'm not kidding. Slower paced.
Yeah, so go ahead, Tanner. Core, hardcore, and why? Elaborately.
So when I'm 40, maybe I'll be playing that too. I didn't really hear what you said because I was at the other side of my mansion. So my Steel Series Arctis 7 was breaking up. This is white. Fine. You can find them on Amazon, steelseries.com, looking for sponsors.
Steel Series. Any Steel Series reps?
Core. Okay. If you want to play hardcore and you're dog shit, play hardcore. I don't care what you play. But for me, core is way more fun because it's faster paced. It takes more skill. The only time in this game that I played hardcore was when I was leveling pistols. I did hear Raz say that because I was back for that. And I was shitting on the whole lobby. I was top fragging in the lobby running around with a no attachment pistol. So they're not good. Everyone sits in corners. I slide around corners, fucking just spraying that pistol as I slide around, just shitting on them. I teabag them, do all sorts of things to them because they're old and they're boomers and they're dumb. But it's way too slow paced for me.
Chill, dude.
Everyone is just sighted up on a corner, just fucking sighted up for 10 seconds waiting for somebody. It's just boring. I mean, I don't think it's hard to explain like an advantage or disadvantage. It's just whatever you want to play. I mean, if you want something fast-paced, play core. If you want to level your pistols with no attachments, play hardcore. I don't know. I've never enjoyed hardcore in any Call of Duty ever. I just think it's boring, dude.
Yeah. So Gift, you're a hardcore player. You're 37 years old. As Tanner alluded to quite rudely, that's not a coincidence because this is just a fact of life. We're not shitting on you. The older you get, past probably 23, the slower your reaction time becomes. So Tanner and I are already on the downswing, but we're not.
We're getting worse daily.
Literally every year, our reaction time is just getting slower. That is how life works. And that's why all these FPS esports professionals are fucking 19-year-olds. Because your reaction time is probably at its apex. You guys can look this up for me. But it is between 20 to 24 max. And then it just gets precipitously precipitously fucking down. Your reaction time just gets bad. And in a first-person shooter, especially like Call of Duty, reaction time's super important, and it will lead you to doing well. So, if your reaction time is pretty slow because you're old, and there's nothing wrong with being old, I myself hope to be old one day. I don't want to die at 29, so there's nothing wrong with being old. But if you are old, hey, if you're old, then hardcore seems like a decent option because reaction time's less important and positioning is more important. Because if Gift Curse is in a corner and Nate Gibson and Syrian and the gaming definition run past him in a straight line, he'll kill all three of them. Gift Curse will. Now, what would happen in core in that scenario? I don't
180.
I don't need
knifed.
to answer that. What would happen in Black Ops 4 in that scenario? Here's what would happen. Let's take the three of them out. Let's say pick one. TGD, Syrian, Nate, Tanner. Runs past Gift. Gift starts shooting him in the back in Black Ops 4, 150 health. Very slow time to kill. Pick one of the four. You get turned on so fast that your fucking head will spin. And then one of these good players will have probably 60 health. Won't matter. Just gonna outplay the fuck out of you and fuck your ass. Because they're young guns and they've been playing this game since you had your first beer. So the advantage of hardcore is that positioning is more important, reaction time's less important. So if your reaction time isn't great, then hardcore is better for you. And, you know, I want to be careful because we're not shitting on hardcore players, but we're just telling you the facts. And the fact is the skill gap is drastically compressed in hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a better player, then core is better for you because you'll be on top of the skill gap. If you're a worse player, then hardcore will be better for you because the shrinking of the skill gap will bring you closer to the better players. So if you're below average, hardcore, you'll perform better. If you're above average in core, you'll perform better. Those are the advantages and disadvantages of each. But I can't stress this enough. This is a fucking video game. So if you're not good at it, who cares? Who cares? As long as you're having fun. Next question.
You'll have more fun if you're better, though.
True. Which is why some people should play hardcore.
Yeah.
So this next question is from Jimbo Slice. In a parallel universe where a development collab consists of iDub developing the weapons and gunplay and Treyarch developing everything else, would it still be a shit game because of Activision? I love this question. It is such a good question, and it is very germane to the topic of COD 2020. I am not Italian Series X fan. I'm principally Irish with some other Northern European. I'm 0% Italian. Look at my skin. It's white. I'm not Mediterranean. Tanner, your thoughts?
Okay, quick question. When gunplay, is movement tied into that, or is that strictly just like firing of the guns and the recoil patterns and stuff? That's not talking about like movement or anything, right?
I believe yes. What you said is correct.
Okay. Would it still be a shit game? Oh, okay. I didn't even read the last part. Would it still be a shit game because of Activision?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, because I was going to say, when I first read it, I was like, no, that would be a fantastic game because that's how it's done. Treyarch is good at everything else. They're good at making good maps, visibility, calling cards, challenges,
UI.
prestige system.
Yep.
Yes, user interface, everything else. Patch notes. But Infinity Ward is better at designing weapons, gunplay, things like that. Treyarch has better movement. At least I think movement is up in the air. I don't really care how people feel about that. You can say the movement in this game is shit, or you can say the movement is BO4 and shit. That's all just total preference. I prefer a little faster pace, but I mean, this game is fine too. Would it still be a shit game because of Activision? Damn.
So basically, it's like the best of both worlds developer-wise, but Activision is still, unfortunately, the publisher. Can Activision ruin the hottest collab possible?
I don't think even Activision can ruin it, because at least we're not getting stuck with guns behind paywalls anymore. If you asked this question exactly a year ago, I would have said yes. I would have said yes, the game would be ruined. But the fact that the paywall thing is gone, that was the biggest thing Activision did wrong. So I think it would be good. Hey, it may be filled with hackers.
True.
Maybe a whole lot of cheaters. But other than that, the game would be perfect. And that's what we've talked about wanting a lot. We want certain things from Infinity Ward and more things from Treyarch combined. But I can't think of anything else that Activision could really just ruin at that point that would make the game bad, because those two combining, I think, should be a really good game. So I'm interested to hear your answer, actually.
I can think of something.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Skill-based matchmaking. That's Activision. That's all Activision. So this is why this is such a good question, because it's very relevant for COD 2020. Okay, so for example, all the leaks we've gotten so far about COD 2020, and we talk about this a lot on the Patreon, bonus episode 3, patreon.com/thedropshot. Every leak we've gotten about COD 2020 is a great piece of info, and I like all of the leaks. But despite that, it's going to have skill-based matchmaking because of Activision. So I think Activision, the only bad thing Activision can do for a game is enforce skill-based matchmaking. I don't think anything about MW 2019 is bad that comes from Activision, except for skill-based matchmaking and a lack of development resources for multiplayer. I think those are the two things that are bad about Modern Warfare that come from Activision. Everything else that's bad about Modern Warfare, maybe not everything, because the map design Activision could have had a hand in. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, we don't know all the ins and outs of everything, of what they're actually involved in.
Exactly. We don't know where Activision's disgusting, grubby fuck hands have been in this game.
No, I just realized I forgot a big one that Activision controls. Fuck.
Say again, Tanner?
Nothing. I just realized I forgot something really big that Activision controls. So just keep talking.
Yeah, I want you to revisit that. But
yeah,
would it still be a shit game because of Activision? I don't know. I don't know is the answer to this. So like if the perfect game was created, but the same very strict skill-based matchmaking system was implemented in that game as is the skill-based matchmaking in this game, how much fun would I have? If the maps were good, if there was a working mini-map, if the visibility was better, if sprint out time was way better, those would all drastically improve this game. But if skill-based matchmaking was just as strict, how bad would that be in an otherwise good game? I honestly don't know, and I feel like I won't be able to answer this question until COD 2020 comes out. I don't know. What I will say is it wouldn't be as bad as Modern Warfare 2019. So this hypothetical game would be way better than MW 2019. Because even if the skill-based was even if the skill-based matchmaking was exactly the same, it would at least have better minimap, better maps, better visibility, better UI, a prestige mode, etc., etc., etc. So it wouldn't be terrible, because this game is barely playable, but it's playable. So it would be pretty playable. But with skill-based, it would be much worse. I don't know how much worse, though. But I would say no. My overall judgment is no. It would not still be a shit game. Tanner, what did you have to add?
Nothing. It was just sad that I'd forgotten about skill-based matchmaking because Activision controls that, which we've been told by an ex-developer. So,
correct.
Who was that said that this year? It was like an old Sledgehammer lead dev or something, wasn't it? That said they had no control over it.
It was Sledgehammer or Raven, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. Wow. Let me catch up on chat here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. I don't know what I've gotten to and what I haven't gotten to, so we're just going to start here. Pork Adobo with the 1,050 Bitterinos. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Pork. I appreciate it, you fucking boomer. Yeah, I saw you type in chat. You 30-something old bitch. Welcome. I'm just kidding. Look, I call everyone a boomer who's older than me. Don't get insulted by it. Now, you guys are grown-ass men, so I know you're not insulted by it. But in case some of you children listening think, hey, Raz, respect your elders. Hey, listen, you young, dumb fuck. I'm going to be old too. And so will you. So relax. Insulting someone for their age is dumb. That is the reason I do it, because it's a dumb thing to do. Because I hope to be 36 myself one day. In 8 years, to be exact.
We call ourselves boomers too, so.
That's also true. So fucking relax. If I insult you for your age. But Pork, I appreciate it. You boomer old fuck. Thank you, dude. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Sincerely, I appreciate it. Gift curse with the 500 base. Let's fucking go. Jesus, dude. Gift, thank you. Brother, thank you for the good question. And for the 500 biddies. And your continued support, brother. I appreciate it. I'm honored, humbled, and privileged. And it's very fun to have you around, Gift. You and your Tito's fueled diatribes are both fun and exciting and very interesting to read. So thank you, Gift. Appreciate it, dude. And Pork, thank you as well. And now we get to Mullet Proof Mute, who's probably said a total of 20 messages in my stream ever, lifetime. And he's been listening for months, by the way. And he's given too much money to this stream. Let's be clear. Let's be honest about it, right? We have a podcast about a shit video game. It couldn't matter less, right? There's no activity or there's no media that could be consumed that matters less than this. If I were to equate this podcast to analogize it to like food, this would be like Skittles or cotton candy. Like, hey, it might be fun to consume. It's not nutritious. There's no value in consuming it. It's dumb. Hey, it's dumb. It's dumb and frivolous and stupid. So imagine paying 6,000 bits for some cotton candy. Now, if you're at Disneyland, then you might be paying about 6,000 bits for some cotton candy.
Just about.
It's pretty close. Especially if you go to Disney World. Or what's it called in California versus Florida? One's Disneyland, one's Disney World, right?
We have Disneyland there, Disney World.
Okay,
yeah.
so Disneyland in California. So the cotton candy itself will be $55, and then you add on the California communist rapacious sales tax, and then that goes from $55 to $108. And then welcome to California. Thanks, Garcetti. Mullet Proof has given 6,000 bits. Let's fucking go. Jesus, dude. Mullet, you fucking demon. You mad lad. Thank you. I am honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. Mullet, you've been around for quite a while. And you've, like I said, again, given too much money. So settle down. Although he's told us he's an investment banker. So maybe I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, not as bad.
Let me be clear. But nonetheless, all jokes aside, I appreciate it, Mullet. That's fucking super generous, man. I appreciate you, dude. I am honored, humbled, and of course privileged. And Mullet, if you need anything, some promotional outreach, then let me know. Let your boy know. You've officially bribed your way into my back pocket. Hey, you're an investment banker. You know how this works. It's called lobbying, bitch. I know you have at your fucking Merrill Lynch, investment banking wing. You guys have a considerable team of lobbyists who are just fucking rubbing elbows with sitting congressmen and senators. So I want you to consider yourself among those lobbyists in the Twitch.tv podcast sphere. So first of all, you should disgust yourself, because go do it with Congress, not with a 28-year-old making a podcast about a video game. But nonetheless, your influence is just as strong. So thank you, dude. I appreciate the biddies, man. Very nice of you. And sorry to everyone else who had to listen to that.
Sorry, Spotify listeners.
Any Spotify listeners? Okay. Tanner, how many more do you want to do, brother?
We can do a couple more.
Couple more? Okay. Just let me, I'm chilling, so I'm good to go forever. So you tell me when you want to stop, dumb bitch.
Okay.
So this next one is from Steel Switch. Could a widescreen like this hinder or help your gameplay? And for those of you listening, the image he provided is not only a widescreen, but it's like this panoramic curved monitor that is probably fucking 4 feet wide.
It's fucking huge.
It's actually like 4 feet wide, but it's just as tall as a regular run-of-the-mill monitor. So Tanner, your thoughts? How do you feel about that monitor specifically for a first-person shooter?
Hinder or help your gameplay? That's crazy. So Steel, I don't know what you look like, but unless your head's like literally 36 inches wide and your eyes are offset 32 inches on either side, that's going to hinder you every single time. And I actually genuinely see a lot of dumb shit kids doing this. They get one of those ultra wide monitors. They play on console or something. They sit right up in front of it, fucking 12 inches away. That's not helping you. That's making the game far harder. I mean, hey, it looks great. That's good for you. If you don't care about being good and you want like a big monitor to see a bunch of things, then that's great. But you're going to do worse with it. I absolutely promise. I mean, just think of, so I have a 24-inch monitor. All I have to look at are 24 inches of screen. On one of those ultra wide, it would essentially be like I have 3 monitors here. I'd have to be looking at every single monitor. I have to fucking throw my neck out to look over to my right or to my left to see if there's anyone there. So it's going to hinder you every time. So don't ever buy one of those. This guy has also asked about 8 questions so far, by the way.
Yeah, we love Steel Switch though. We like it.
Steel has some great questions.
We encourage singular people asking just too many questions. We like it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, as long as they're good questions like this. A senator is a congressman. Read a book. True. So to be correct, I would have said a representative, because I think it's House of Representatives and then the Senate, and those are both members of Congress. So fair. Touche, Face Esquire. Read a book indeed. By the way, if you want to tell me to read a book, you can visit our merch store, which is in the show notes, and it's conveniently linked in the Twitch chat. There is a tank top and a sweatshirt and a t-shirt that says read a book on it. I've ordered mine, and I will show it to you guys when it comes in.
Hold on, let's take the. Oh wait, you have to Did you answer this question yet?
Go
I wasn't
go
paying
ahead.
attention.
No, I didn't. But
No.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we should answer Howell's question real quick, because he's now asking what a good gaming monitor for PS4 is. If you're upgrading to a PS5, get a 144 hertz monitor. 24 or 27 inch something. Since PS4 will be able to support up to that refresh rate.
Yeah.
That frame rate.
Yeah. So Howell, real quick. So for a PS4, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One or whatever the fucking Xbox is, they can only do a maximum of 60 hertz. So as long as your TV or monitor has a 60 hertz refresh rate, then it will be fine. Ideally, you would want one that has like 1 millisecond of input delay or less. But as long as, again, you're on a console, you're by definition a casual fuck. So does it really matter what kind of monitor you have? Hey, Howell, buy a PC. How about that? And then we can have a real conversation. But yeah, Howell, it almost doesn't matter. As long as your TV or monitor, whatever the fuck you're playing on, is not less than 60 hertz. That's bad, because then you should get to 60. And like Tanner said, if you're going to be getting a PS5, don't. But also, if you must do that, then get a 144 hertz monitor, because those are going to be like 120 FPS. So you want to make sure that your monitor is at or above the refresh rate of whatever frames per second your console is pushing out, so that you're seeing all the frames per second. But yeah, besides that, it doesn't really matter. The Xbox One does 120 hertz, but still 60 FPS. What? No. The console doesn't do any hertz. It just does FPS. The refresh rate of a monitor is not dictated by the computer. Am I crazy, Tanner? It makes no sense to say a computer or a console does hertz, right? They only do FPS. Am I wrong on this?
I'm trying to think. I've had too much to drink.
Jesus.
No, that's all monitor, yeah. Isn't it?
The only thing I can see is like we can go into our settings. I can make my BenQ Diac monitor 120 hertz or 60 hertz or 240 hertz. So maybe there's a setting where you could make your monitor refresh at 120 even though you're only pushing 60 frames. That's better than a 60 hertz monitor with 60 frames, but it's not much better. So I don't know if that's true. Who fucking said that? Moose God. I don't know if that's true. That's very weird, Moose God. Okay. Here's how we get around this issue. Don't buy a fucking console. You were born in 99, which makes you 21 years old. Hey, get a job, buy a PC. Grow up. Moose God 99. Almost change it. Not quite there. That's how you solve this issue. Yeah, series. We've talked about it before. I work in an office. I'm not going to say more than that. Tanner works at a hardware store. Pretty run-of-the-mill jobs. We both work basically full-time. New York Brew Crew with the 5 gifty boys. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Brew Crew, welcome back, brother. And thank you for the 5 gifty boys. I'm honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. Thank you, dude. Welcome to this stream, dude. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here. Call me Al with the gifty boy. Let's fucking go. Al, welcome, dude. Nice to have you here as well, Al. And thank you for the gifted sub, brother. Appreciate it. And to answer Steel Switch's question, getting this type of monitor is dumb. If you're playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it would be very immersive. But for a first-person shooter, what you don't want to have to do is fucking turn your head 45 degrees every time something appears on your screen. Don't get a monitor that wide. Terrible idea. This is the first better than decent question by Steel Switch tonight.
Come on, dude.
So let's up the caliber, Steel Switch. I like the quantity. I don't like the quality. But this is
I like them.
This is a quality question. In regards to camping, which is correct to say? Shame on you for camping, or shame on you for getting killed by said camper repeatedly? Tanner, your thoughts?
I think it's shame on you for getting killed by said camper repeatedly, because there's going to be a lot of people that are camping constantly and there's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do about it is not get killed by them, right? So go a different way, get better, throw a stun grenade in there, throw a C4 through their window, kill them. But yeah, I mean, in every lobby you're in, you're going to have numerous people camping and just being dumb shit kids. So if you get killed by the same person shooting from the same window like 4 or 5 times in a row, then you're actually worse than they are. So don't let that happen. Kill them. It's pretty simple. Just shoot them in game.
Of course. Okay. So my answer to this is basically the same. So first of all, shame on Infinity Ward for making a game that rewards camping so hard. Number one. Second of all, the answer is of course both. Shame on you for camping. You disgust me. Also, shame on you for getting killed by a camper repeatedly. You also disgust me. Hey, you're both dog shit. So once again, a decent quality question, not the highest quality though, because I object to the framing. Shame on both of you. Hey, you can both suck my cock. How about that? So don't camp, number one. You disgust me. But number two, shame on you for getting killed by a camper repeatedly as well, like Tanner said. If someone is camping and they've killed you like twice, the only thing you should do is never go there again. Here's what you won't do. Never go there again, because you're a child and you have an ego and you're going to keep running at that dude and trying to kill him, and he's going to keep killing you, which is exactly what he wants. Now, how do I know that? That's me. That's me. Hey, I know this intellectually. Do I ever do it? No, never. Every time some dude is camping and he kills me twice, I think to myself, I know it's dumb. Hey, it's dumb to go back there and try and kill this guy. Guess where I'm going right after that thought, bitch? I'm going right back to him to just get my ass fucked again. Every time. So it's terribly stupid to go back to a camper. I don't even think you should try to kill him, because if they're camping effectively, you won't be able to, especially with skill-based matchmaking, because they'll be roughly as good as you are. And if they're in a power position, you're just not going to kill them. So the way to outplay a camper is just to fucking avoid him. So you can let him sit on his fucking thumb for 10 minutes. Or he'll get so bored that he actually moves. And then you can kill him when he's not in his dumb little safe space. But yeah, shame on you for getting killed by a camper repeatedly, for sure. And then shame on you for camping. In all seriousness, most of the time I think this is true. Sometimes there are times to camp. If you're playing Warzone, camping makes sense often.
Oh, of course.
And even if you're playing multiplayer, if you're like one off a VTOL and you're like upstairs somewhere, it makes sense for you to stay there to get your last kill. I'm not like mad at that. I am mad if you just camp all game though. But I'm far more mad at the devs for enabling that behavior. That's the main point. So, good question. Next question is from C Brown. What's a Jumbotron and how does it work? Okay. Go listen to the episode titled A Jumbotron for the answer to that. Can we get a Jumbotron emoji, please? No. Next question. Go to dope. When will the officially licensed Raz shooting sleeve be available in the shop? Great question. Follow up for Tanner. Can you send me all your old pizza rolls? Thanks.
You'll have to come to my house and dig them out of the trash. Actually, they're at the dump by now. So find the waste management dump in Los Angeles County and start digging.
True. And yeah, a Raz shooting sleeve is a fucking excellent idea. I'm going to have to find a distribution center that makes those though. So share the podcast, rate it 5 stars on iTunes, and we can get that happening. Next one.
Hold on.
Okay, dumb bitch, go ahead.
You want to end it there? Both of our boys are ready.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So, yeah, we have some more questions, which we are very excited to get to next time. Maybe next Saturday.
So I was gonna say, we may just do those next Saturday, actually.
Yeah, just kind of, because we've deprived the people.
Yeah, let me check my
Q&As.
calendar, because I'm only a part-time employee now. It looks like I'm free next Saturday, so that's good.
Okay. You fucking cunt. By the way, I'm going to take this camera to Bear for some vlogging content.
No, you're not.
I
Bro,
swear
we're
to
gonna
God,
use
I
our
am.
phone. Just let me use my phone.
Nope.
You haven't even got the time off yet, you bitch.
I'll probably get it.
No, just...
Dude, I have everything. I might need to borrow some of your maid's SD cards, though.
No.
Wait, is she going to be there? Or is it just the boys only?
No, it's just us.
All right, good. Anyways, whatever. Let's see. Let me shore this up here. God, we have a lot more questions. Jesus.
Yeah, we do. We actually have to do an episode next Saturday.
Yeah, we do. So the AN94 and the ISO. Those are the new weapons. Tanner and I have since used them a lot, and we've maxed them out. Tanner, your thoughts?
AN94 is decent, super inconsistent. From what Exclusive Ace says, it's horrible in Warzone. ISO, everyone says the ISO is bad. It seems okay when I play with it. I feel like I kill fast, but I haven't put enough time in it to actually, I don't know, have a good answer for it. I think both guns, to get a feel for the guns, you have to minimum get 1,000 kills with each one. So I'm not there yet. So I don't have full answers. AN94 is looking okay. ISO is whatever. The movement speed is destroyed by the 50 round mags, which is unfortunate. It's just like the Vector, but slightly, ever so slightly better, because the fire rate isn't insane and it actually has some sort of bullet velocity. So
The reload speed is faster. I think that's the main reason it's better than the Vector.
got it.
It's like a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my opinion here, AN94 is okay, but Tanner, you can go ahead and go live. The AN94 is okay, but it is not great. And once again, it's just like the last set of new weapons. They were fine, but there was no reason to use them because there are better guns in every which way. I don't have quite enough information on the AN94, but I dislike it so much that I can confidently say it's not going to be the best at anything in any case ever. And then the ISO, again, yeah. The ISO would be good if the 50 round mag didn't slow your movement speed by 10%. I think in that case, it would be actually quite good. But it does, so it's dog shit. Because if you use the 30 round mag, well, then the magazine's too small. And then I might as well use a different gun. Like an MP5, which 45. So they're both dog shit. And they'll see no use in any sort of meta. Next little point here real quick. The doc is back on YouTube. Did you see any of this, Tanner?
Of course I did.
Any thoughts?
I mean, he had like 500,000 viewers or something. His production quality is, there's no one close as a close second in production quality as him. It's fucking nuts. Like I actually want to know how much that guy pays every year.
I know.
For all that. It's crazy to me.
It is really, yeah.
So I didn't actually watch the stream. I saw like parts of the intro. I was working, unfortunately. I wasn't working the day he did the teaser though, where he played the gas station shit for an hour. So I had that playing for like 20, 30 minutes waiting for him to hop on, and then I got baited and jumped off. So
yeah,
I didn't end up doing that. But
yeah. I watched his YouTube upload, which is like 20 minutes, just about his return and shit. The production quality is so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. I love it. He also said he doesn't know why he got banned from Twitch. Do you believe him?
Of course. There's no way they just banned. I don't know. I don't.
I don't believe it for one fucking second. And he even tried to preempt people that said, I don't believe you. Hey, don't care, Doc. Your dumb elementary pedestrian reverse psychology is not going to work. Hey, you do know. And it's not dumb to say, to make fun of you for lying to people, saying you don't know. You have no idea. Maybe they didn't tell you why they banned you. I don't believe that's true, but maybe it is true. But even if they didn't tell him why they banned him, he absolutely knows why. Even if they didn't tell him, he has some hunch or inkling as to why he was banned. There's a fucking 0% chance he has no idea why he got banned. That doesn't happen. Especially with someone who was like their top 10 fucking streamers on the platform. They don't just can you with no explanation, and neither the broadcaster nor the company has any, the broadcaster was neither told nor has any idea himself, even absent being told by the company. Fuck you. Suck my cock. There's no conceivable world where that's true. So don't believe him if you're a Doc fan. He's not telling people for a reason. I'm sure it's a good reason, but he doesn't need to lie to people and say he doesn't know why he got banned. It's just dumb. It would have been smarter for him to say, they did not tell me why I was banned, and then just leave it at that. Because then you're not lying to people, but you're also not raising questions as to, well, why do you think you got banned? You know, it'd be better that way. Anyways. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Razinon, Twitch, twitch.tv/Razinon, Instagram, RazinonTTV. Tanner, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Tanner Dropshot and on twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot.
Fantastic. If you have Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch account. Go over to twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot and subscribe to him with Twitch Prime. If you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, it is included in the cost of your Amazon Prime account, and you'll give us money and it'll cost you nothing. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Tell your fucking dumb friends about us because we want to just boost those analytics. Sub to me on YouTube. I'm getting fairly close to monetizing, which would be very helpful. So search for the Dropshot or Razinon on YouTube. You'll find our channel. Smash the sub button. And then we post full episodes of the podcast with video there. We also post clips from the podcast for you to share with your dumb fuck friends. And we do gameplay breakdowns as well, which are very fun and exciting. And we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on those gameplay breakdowns. So, we also have a merch store with a bunch of absolutely fire merch that's in the show notes. We've got clothes, phone cases, accessories, fucking water bottles, coffee mugs, all kinds of shit. Rep your favorite podcast. Visit those links. Join the fucking Discord.
Oh, about that.
Go ahead, bitch.
I looked at the link earlier. The hats are back in stock on the...
Oh, shit, really?
On the other store. Which store is that?
Spreadshirt. The second, merch store number 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a snapback and a flex fit hat.
Fantastic. I need to get those. I need to get a hat bad.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, good. Good to know. Thank you for the heads up. Those are going to go out of stock soon, so fucking buy some. And once again, join the fucking Discord. And if you want some bonus episodes and extra bonus content, $5 a month will give you 2 bonus episodes per month. And then we offer some other benefits beyond that for other tiers. Patreon.com/thedropshot for more details. You can see all of the rewards there. And lastly, of course, special thank you to our Damascus patrons. Mr. Salmonella, Jay Pritch, Slivovitz, Jake Dub, Zerosio, Rainman, Sandstoner, Tequila Sirockingbird, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Adam H, Mr. Matt Dad, Sniff Sniff Hambone, Change It, Jimmy M, Von Trapp, Aussie Menace, I Swear She Was 18, Razino Sus, Annie Maxwell's in the chat.
Yeah.
And an extra double special thank you with a cherry on top to our one and only Obsidian patron, the Vaping Viking. Thank you all for watching. This has been an absolute blast. of a podcast episode. Remember, please, if you don't take anything away from this episode, to go to the Google machine and type in Jocko Podcast, John Stryker Meyer, and listen to all the episodes. Have an excellent evening, young kings. And as always, of course, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.